Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Here is the dried background from Sunday's mixed media background. Now I thought that it was going to go this way, but it's not. I do believe it is going to go this way. So I have the photo. I am following the Scraptember prompt of selfie. This is a selfie that I took of myself at the first and only so far Scrapping Reflections retreat. I have a pile of products to use. The only thing I don't think I have actually pulled out, oh yeah, I did. I pulled out the 6x6 paper pad. So I am set, ready to go. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this layout completed. So I have to pull out the 6x6 paper pad and I'm going to give it a flip through. Now, I really like this paper pad. The papers are a little bit thicker than what they used to be at Hobby Lobby. And this is a clearance paper pad and it was clearanced back in April. So I doubt very seriously you'll be able to find it, but if you have it in your stash, you got a winner, right? So I'm going to trim it down so that I can matte my photograph. Fun fact, I wore a blue shirt and my red glasses today. Not the same blue shirt. I don't even know what happened to that blue shirt. Do you ever do that? Do you ever look back at a photo of yourself and you're like, whatever happened to that shirt? Whatever happened to that jacket? Whatever happened to that? I don't remember getting rid of it. So I'm not exactly sure what happened to it. It's kind of crazy. All right, anyway, I put the striped piece of paper as a regular old mat underneath of my photo, and then I brought out some more of the color with this one and made them kind of wonky. And then I decide yet again to turn the layout from where I thought it was going to be. So my title is Adore Retreat Life, and I thought that I was going to be able to place this down here like this with the Adore over top of the word life just a little bit, and then put retreat totally over life. It might have worked if I had the bolder alphabet underneath. So if my life was this blue color and pink was in retreat, but it's not, and it doesn't exactly look right. You can't even tell what it says underneath of retreat. So ultimately I scrapped that idea, and I'm just trying to figure out like how I want this to go, because I want the title there. Like I want it to be I Adore Retreat Life. It was supposed to be I Adore Retreat Life. Let's be quite honest and clear here, but fun fact, did not put the letter I in there. It just looked funky. So it's just Adore Retreat Life, and obviously it's a selfie. I even have a sticker on here that says selfie. So we're a little Captain Obviously right now, but it's fine, you guys. It's totally fine. So I am trying to bring in some more of that blue color that I have going on here in the layout, because I have the blue color in my photo mats and I also have the blue color in retreat. But that floral was not the right thing. It did not feel right. It just was all kinds of wrong. So I went ahead and scrapped that idea. I do pull out some kind of crafty type stickers and embellishments. So I've got the ATG down there. I've got this little like this little tape measure thing that's kind of over top of the door so that my title has a little bit of an embellishment with it. And then I decide that I want to build an embellishment cluster over on the left-hand side of the photo. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I pull out some chipboard pieces. I've also got some paper and some other things that need to go there. It's a frame. There is a what is this? A ticket that says admit one. There's that dressmaker's form, which, you know, it's a scrapbooking retreat, but I think it's okay to use a dressmaker's form because it's all about crafty goodness, right? So it makes sense in my head. Doing my little justification if you need it type thing. But yeah, it makes sense in my head, so it works for me. Now, I also decide to go ahead and peel off some of the chipboard layers, because let's face it, if you have chipboard layers on top of chipboard layers on top of chipboard layers, it's going to get kind of thick, right? And as I don't mind thick layouts, I don't mind lumpy bumpy layouts, it would just feel like it was getting a little bit too thick. So I did want to avoid that. I also didn't like the way that the layout underneath of it appeared through that frame. So I went ahead and trimmed down another piece of that 6x6 paper and just backed it. And I am going to use some pop foams right here so that my ticket doesn't kind of like fall down into the frame. I want it to be flat across the top of the frame. So that works. And then I'm going to put some pop foams on the back as well. And that's just so it doesn't kind of like teeter-totter over top of the layout. I don't want that to happen. I want it to be a nice solid piece on there, so I don't want to have to worry about things falling off. Now, I will tell you guys, I do, after the camera turns off, I do go and basically add Nouveau Deluxe to all the things that are sticking down on the page. And that's because the sticky isn't that sticky. And I'm also trying to stick over top of Glitter Glaze. And when you stick over top of Glitter Glaze, I really always recommend using a liquid adhesive because the liquid will kind of get into those nooks and crannies of the Glitter Glaze, and it just holds on a little bit more. Now, I had pulled these chipboard embellishments out, and I had to use them, right? Because I've got my self-imposed rule that if I pull something out, I gotta use at least one thing from it, which definitely happened for this layout. And ultimately, I ended up pulling these little banners out. I thought it would give me a little bit of excitement up here at the top of the photograph, but I felt like it didn't really need it. I was keeping, you know, most of the embellishment and stuff down here at the bottom of the page, and that's where I felt like the weight needed to be, especially because I have the cascading stars starting up at the top super skinny and it's getting wider. Now, I do cover up a lot of the stars by my photo. I'm okay with that. When you see the stars at the lower left of the photo and on the upper right of the photo, it's pretty obviously that there's a cascade behind that photo too. So I'm not stressing out about that. I'm not gonna act like, you know, it's a big deal that I covered it up. It's probably actually a good thing I did put glitter glaze down through that entire expanse because you guys saw my original way that I was going to hold the layout didn't happen. I thought I was going to turn it another way and even set it, and then ultimately I turned it again. So I could have pre-planned my glitter glaze and where I was going to put it so I didn't have anything that was being covered up. But ultimately, my pre-planning didn't actually go to plan, which is fine, right? Like, you can have a plan and adjust all you need to do, right? If something's not working, don't feel like you got to stick to it. So I'm going to add a little bit more blue here. I've got some blue chipboard stars off of this round trip chipboard sheet. I'm also going to pull out some gold stars because I've got this big old gold adore and gold nowhere else on the layout. And I felt like I need to put a little bit more gold on this layout. And it's not a whole heck of a lot. It's just a little touch of gold with these stars. Now, I'd also pulled out these photo corners, so I was like, whoops, got to throw some photo corners on this layout. My original plan was to photo corner all of the mats and layer them up, but I forgot about that. Again, plan. Going awry, but it's fine. And then I'm just going to adjust where my stars are and kind of futz around with them a little bit until I get them where I want them. And those are one of the things that I glue down once the camera is off too. Sometimes I don't mind showing gluing on camera, but when I'm just going to basically pick up everything I just laid down for you guys and glue it down, like that's not fun. So anyway, that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Check out the Scraptember playlist. It's pretty awesome. Big shout out to the Scrappy sisters and Laura for hosting Scraptember every year. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.